Good morning, my LinkedIn family. I hope you're well and planning to enjoy your weekend. So TGIF, thanks goodness it's Friday. Uh, Today uh, is a bit of hassle this morning. That is the reason I am a little late. I started 3:35 a.m. Toronto time, but today I was stuck in a situation. So even in Toronto, there could be internet breakdowns. We had internet breakdowns this morning, and now uh, everything is delayed. As you know, that here, at least in North America, in the West, most of the people are extensively using internet now because kids are studying at home. I already have a lot of people joining in, so thank you very much for those who are joining in from Facebook group. Ashraf Chaudhry Saab has kindly given me the access to the Facebook group so that I could expand this message of growth that I have been discussing for the past 1 month on my LinkedIn. So thank you very much for joining in. I'm sure uh, other people will join in also, and people will enjoy the show. And interestingly, on Facebook, when people go on live, we get some interesting messages. And one of the interesting message has just come from somebody who wants to sell some groceries. So I think, on social media, one of the biggest issue with a lot of people is that not following social media ethics. We have from Toronto, Shahzad Gidwani joining in. Good morning, Shahzad. Uh, Hello, Faisal. Thank you very much. Great to see you. Zubair Mushtaq, good evening. Fazil Rabi, thank you very much. So, my LinkedIn sessions and my now Facebook sessions also, and this also goes on my YouTube channel. The focus has been growth. In the past 1 year or so, a lot of people are struggling and finding it difficult to pivot or to adjust to the new norm. And the new norm is what we have at the moment, right? So the new norm is that there will be changes in the way we work. There will be changes in other, environment. A lot of work has to be online, and a lot of interesting people will be working around building their skills. And one of the biggest skills that we need to build, Bilal, please stay with us, and you will know what the topic is. Topic is growth. How do you grow, and how do you become successful in your life, in your career, and in your business? And I will quickly recognize few people who have joined in. Uh, we have Fazli Rabbi, we have Bilal, we have Muzammil, Walaikum Salam, and we have Karamat. Thank you very much for joining in. So today's topic is basically looking at. You are right, but you see, a lot of people do not really work on themselves, and this is what my objective has been. That we should really be working on ourselves. You cannot, if you want to really build your strength, you really have to exercise and work on yourself. Good morning, Asif, for joining in. Thank you for joining in. And so, in today's session on Friday. Uh, Walaikum Salam, Wakas, thanks for joining in. And everybody who is joining in, I've got what I see on the screen. There are about 60 people from Facebook, and uh, there are about 10 people from LinkedIn. Please stay with this session, and this is a small session that we bring in on every weekday. I talk about. I talk about personal growth and what are some of the things we should really be doing to grow uh, and come out of the scenario that we have been living in. And that scenario is often our own laziness or inability to set the directions. I'm just sharing for those who are joining in from Facebook. For them, there is a link. You can follow me on LinkedIn. I do these sessions and I post uh, interesting content around personal growth and development on my LinkedIn. So you can join me on LinkedIn. Those who are following this broadcast on Facebook. So Friday, the day when I review what we discussed, and this is kind of a recap of the week. And this program, My Growth Movement program, the talk show, is up live every weekday, which is from Monday to Friday, um, same time. So this is the time when I come online, and I will continue doing it. Hopefully, with a very regular, interest. And so keep joining in and keep engaging with me, and hopefully you will be able to pick some ideas from these discussions and take these ideas forward. So this week we started with one essential skill that we all need to learn, and we all agreed that this skill is none but not but just one single thing, which is communication skills. The most essential skill we have to grow, which means that regardless of what your profession is, you're an accountant, you're a marketeer, you're a digital marketeer, you're an engineer, customer service person. In any of these professions or any profession that exists on this earth, the most critical and most essential skill that we all have to have is the communication skills. And communication skills does not really mean only your ability to talk, but your ability to listen, and your ability to articulate, and your ability to present, and a mix of it. That was the first point that we discussed. The next point we discussed was how do we activate our leadership glands. So, and in that particular pointer, I explained how people usually fall into a situation whereby they think that they are not the leader, they're just the followers. And leadership is nothing but somebody who takes an initiative. So take an initiative, be it just start reading a book or just start walking a couple of miles every evening or every morning. Just do something, you know, to make the change, to bring that difference not only in the society, but the change will always start from your own self. So change yourself so your society, your community, your family would take impact of it, and your ultimately your career takes impact of it. And things start turning into a better situation. And then we, on the fourth, on Wednesday, we spoke about failures and why failures are so important. We are usually scared of being failed, but the reality of, of the matter is that people fail, and then when they fail, then only they realize how uh, to succeed, how to improve themselves. And all these innovation, this innovation that we have at this moment in time is the innovation that is a result of failures. So people failed, scientists failed, and then they continued. So ideally, you should really be working towards your um, that is a big success. Turned I mean failures. Scientists turned those failures into big success. Uh, and on the fourth day, we discussed taking initiatives. And again, this is a trait that leaders have, and leaders take initiatives. So, what is one initiative that you want to take today to change your present and your future? And we discussed that on yesterday's live. and that could be just start reading something. And like some people here saying that they can't understand English, unfortunately for them, because this is the session that I do for international viewers, so it will be in English. I may start something in Urdu, but I know Ashraf Chaudhry Sahab is already doing a lot in Urdu language. Uh, so please follow him. He is a great mentor. So we spoke about just taking one initiative. So if you start that initiative, the result will start coming in with some time. So you have to be in that initiative for some time to be able to get the result. For instance, if you are in high school, you did not reach to your class 10 or 12 in one day. It took you time, right? So you have to be in that system that will then help you grow. Uh, After workout on myself, a major problem for our young generation is to find out mentor for first practical access to business growth to minimize the failure ratio. Can you tell about it? You have to work on yourself. See, mentors are there. The thing is that you know you how do you want to use them? I mean, if you overuse anyone for free, then you know people have time, and time is money. So people need uh, to feed themselves, to pay their bills. They cannot give you time forever. So if people who are only interested in gaining knowledge for free will hardly be implementing that knowledge. Remember that. If people are only interested in gaining knowledge for free, they will hardly be able to implement it because free has no value. You're getting it for free, it has no value. Even this is the session that I'm giving you, you are not taking it for free because you're spending your time in it. And hopefully, you will pick some things up and start implementing on these things. Then the other thing is the argument. If you're working with someone, if you're listening to someone who is giving you some advice, some suggestions, uh, just pick whatever is important for you, but don't argue. What is the point, right? We have Akash saying, I realized how to improve my communication skills because I felt stuck and can't grow without improving it. I started and hopefully will conquer this change. Absolutely. It is not difficult. See, nothing is difficult. Everything is doable on this earth, and it's just that people are not willing to do it or they don't know how to do it. We have Karamat asking, is it possible that people grow without vision and mission? Growth is very subjective, Karamat. What growth means for you? This is really the key. And all these sessions that I'm doing today is the 16th, 17th session. The thing that we are talking about is growth. So you have to define what your growth is, what your passion is, where do you want to be, and unless you don't have that idea where do you want to be, you cannot develop a strategy for growth. We have Noshin joining in from Italy. Thank you. Good afternoon, Noshin. We have Shuaib joining in from China. Thank you, Shuaib. I hope you're doing well. I fully agree. There is no free lunch. If you are really interested in growing, you have to spend time, energy, efforts, and of course some money. Uh, and of course, time is the key. You have to have, and your own realization is the key, Shoaib. If you really want to grow, you will grow. If you don't want to grow, then you will never find a way to grow. Um, Thank you. You've been following me, and we have been talking for a long time. And I know so. Sueb is doing PhD in China, I think in public policy, which is a subject which is uh, which is pretty much in the scene these days. Um, Absolutely, growth mindset very important. You have to be in that direction. You have to be in that game. If you want to play cricket, you have to play cricket, right? You have to put up a kit. You have to be in the ground. Then only you will be able to play. Uh, Geraldine, thank you very much for joining in from Philippines. So those who are watching me from using Facebook Live, you can follow me on LinkedIn. I've just given my LinkedIn. URL in the comment. You can click and you can follow me on LinkedIn. I bring in these growth talks every morning, 8:35 a.m. Canada Eastern Time. You can work out what time it is in various parts of the world. And I announce these uh, almost 12 hours before the session, so you can always put up a calendar alert. So if you have any questions, we are already 20 minutes in the session. My sessions are usually less than 30 minutes. So if you have any questions, please add. And today, basically, what we did, we recapped what we discussed last week. And next week, there will be new topics, new session, new four sessions. And on Friday, there will be a recap. So keep joining in this live session. And this is an opportunity for you to learn and grow and do something more exciting with your life. We cannot really live in a state of worries and sorrow. We have to come out of the situation. And the only way to come out of the situation is to work on your own self. And these live sessions that I'm bringing out are focusing on personal growth. How do we move from current situation to the next situation? Do better for ourselves, for our families, and for our communities. So with that, if you don't have any questions, uh, we can say adios. If you have any questions today, I'll be happy to respond. So if you like this show, if you like the tips and the tools that I provided you, very briefly though in this session because it's a recap session, say yes in the comment and keep coming back. So looking forward to continuously keep exciting you and keep bringing you uh, the topic around growth, personal growth, and growth that would lead you to success only if you implement those ideas. And if you keep implementing the ideas, uh, the uh, the nature will keep rewarding you. With that, thank you very much, Hamas Siddiqui, signing off from Toronto. Uh, and I wish you all the best and an outstanding weekend. Stay safe wherever you are, and enjoy the weekend. Love your families, and the love will come to you.